start just basic warm up. Everybody's gonna grab like some part. They're gonna make a grip at some point, boom, and we're gonna look to start attacking with grips, but we're not gonna go too hard. We're just moving, get things moving a little bit. So make grips on the ankles, pummel. Now he's gonna re-grip because that grip is now useless to him, and I can start attacking here. So if you're gonna grip, if they go to the knees, for example, and you grip the wrist and you kick through, I want you to pull it all the way down to the hip, put your foot on his hip and start attacking this little short arm bar right off the bat. This is gonna get responses out of him. Usually they start walking this way. This doesn't really help him. So get good at this because you're gonna get like sneaky taps from people off the grip fight. But I want you guys to really think about the grip fight and make sure that everything's intentional. Nothing's an accident here. So if he grips the ankles, cool, or the knees, wherever, I'm gonna make my inside pummel. If he comes through and grabs to the hip, cool, I'll just attack. If I can expose to get the arm across the center line, this is really good for me as well. If I get him here, it's the arm bar. If I get him here, I'm looking to take the back. So just play with the grips, get moving, we'll do like 2 minutes each side. Just moving. All right, let's go. Oh. So whenever I pummel inside, usually he's gonna have to re-grip because that's annoying. So he comes in, I'll kick off, I'll go reverse Dela Riva, and I can put this foot here as long as I have his wrist. If I don't have the wrist, I can get a steamer lock. So we have to be super careful with that. If I have the wrist, it's kind of safe for me to go ahead and attack for him. As I'm gonna go underneath, blocking the knee cut inside, I can do multiple different things. Is everybody here on Wednesday? No. Were you here? You guys were here. So we could go with depending on if he stays on his feet or not. If he stays on the feet, I can do that, which is pretty unorthodox. I felt like he was so far away. I'm like, we'll make this work. No, sir.
My feet just kept coming up from underneath me.
That was pretty cool. Reminds me of my purple belt test. Alright, so here, catching, reverse Dela Riva. Hand swims in front, and I swing myself through to the back side here. Put him down from that kiss of the dragon. So we'll do that a little bit just to kind of get in the mode. Ooh, pummeling, gripping. Once I make the wrist grip, I can hook up to reverse Dela Riva, get it staying on my side. From here, I can invert, or I can rip my leg all the way around here and come through the back. Here's too far, right? If I'm like way out here, and this is something you guys can play with too. If you know you can't get through the back, you just kind of like Imanari through the saddle like we did on Wednesday. So you have the option, right? If he's close to you, we'll do all three just so you guys have some time to kind of play with it. If he's far away, here, that was super far away. You have to shoot to the Imanari. If he's kind of in the sweet spot, you can take the back like we were doing earlier. Here, it's an easy thing for me to come through the backside, or if he drops to the knee, here, catching. If he drops his left knee down to the floor, I can look to the knee bar. Right, so you have the three options depending on how they respond from reverse Dela Riva top. We're gonna spend like 15 minutes just playing with these options. So you can switch back and forth whenever you want, but when that clock says 30 more minutes, we'll stop. Good, let's go. So we've been playing reverse Dela Riva from here and putting this hand in front of the shin, which makes the inversion easier. For this movement, we're actually just going to cup behind the ankle, which for me makes the inversion significantly harder. So in this case, I'm going to take my free hand and I'm just going to kind of reach and I'm going to pull Chris this way as I keep my overwrap. I'm basically in the kiss of the dragon sweep, but instead of pushing him forward here, I'm going to bring this down to like reverse X, but it's like a weird reverse X. From here, cup the ankle, and I extend away, putting his hands to the mat. From here.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Shut up! I keep this knee pressured into his knee, because if I don't, he can put it down and I start to lose everything. So I keep this knee here controlling him. It's so tight already. Oh, the whole leg. I take this, yeah, I could probably knee bar you. Yeah, you could. Take this left leg and I throw it over. Forehead to the mat. Rolling through, but landing in the backside 50-50 with this. Look at his leg. This is not how a grown man's leg,
I can feel that already.
should look. Oh, it looks like you got 2 letter Z's in your leg. There's this one and then there's that one. It's very bad. From here though, you guys gotta be very careful because it's, if you see it, you'll know it's bad. So again, we're here. I invert through, reverse X, push the man down and keep my knee in front of his quad. Stops him from putting the knee to the floor. Throw this hook over, connect, roll through, and turn to the backside 50-50 here. Make sense?
Sure.
Gotcha, let's go.
Try it first. Yeah, because I don't have to roll, right?
Well, he can stop you from rolling, because you rolling is actually going to lead you to escape.
Right here.
Freeze. All right, start hitting your movement. Keep this leg on top of his leg here. Keep this leg also on top of his leg. Now when you sit down to your hip, freeze, see he can't roll.
Right.
And we don't go through this side. That's the only little adjustment.
And I scoop that.
Yeah. So kind of a small detail, but the more they start rolling, the more likely they are to make space and roll again and re-roll and then start kicking off and getting out of there. So if you guys want to try just a couple more, but try to anchor the top leg so they can't roll. And then bottom player, if you feel comfortable, try to roll. Try to roll. What's the worst that could happen? Let's go. Down the middle, I can't stop him from knee cut. Knee cut. That's the purpose of reverse Dela Riva. Stops the knee cut. The easiest option, I don't invert no matter what. That was all for you guys. If I get reverse Dela Riva, tripod sweep, easy. I come up, he goes reverse Dela Riva on me. Oh, stops my knee cut.
What did you do?
This foot goes to the hip. This foot hits the back of the leg. Comes up. Tries to knee cut. Make sense? Back and forth, easy stuff. Let's go. All right, so start your attack nice and slow.
And here, around here, I find I'm too far over. Like I feel like I'm too far over. Right? So when I go back like this, I don't have the same kind of grip on the arm. Right? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. If I
Where are you back from? So you're here, and you want to attack this arm. Like so.
Yeah, there.
Why'd you tap?
Because of the muscle, the slicer.
The pain.
Yeah.
Move your arm.
No.
So you want to learn how to do that?
Move my arm.
No, finish. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, basically that, or getting the proper armbar.
So this sets up like by, if I'm here, obviously I have nothing, but when I switch to here, and I can like I'm building my hand up higher. If I'm on the floor, it's super difficult for me to try to finish this here. But when I bring this up, now you can feel there's more dig, right? This, so if you bend your arm, like try to, keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
I have to switch, and now look to Kimura, and now it's a different attack, but this is gonna lead us into 3 different options. by me attacking this with like good heavy pressure, it's gonna cause you to react in one of three ways. If you curl your hand down like you did, I have to go Kimura, and then I can either sit up, stepping over for the Kimura break, or like we did last week, boom, I can come here. This, you can't move, right? No. Your arms are definitely done. That, for me, I think we were talking about last week, is probably the best. But in order to get there, I have to really like threaten you here. If I'm just trying to like feel my weight's off, you're gonna escape. You can feel it. Yeah, exactly. So by not controlling the guy enough, you're leading to escapes. Whereas if I stay here and I start like scooping you up, if I can't get height, this is gonna lead me to like far side right. So we have to look at it as like a dilemma. Okay. Every movement I do has intent behind it. Right here now, your frame is on the inside. It's not the time for me to try to slice through this. But it doesn't mean I can't. Right, I can force it down and attack Americana. So I want you to think about, to get to the finish, think more about the setup and what sort of responses you're gonna get from your partner, because maybe you're just utilizing the wrong attack, or you're so focused on, I'm trying to get, all I want is Americana. He turns his arm to the south, boom, and I've lost my Americana and I can't finish, but it's okay. He's giving me this, right? Pulling my elbow to the inside. Or I'm here and he doesn't like this, so he tries straightening the arm. And I go here, right? So you have to have like in your mind a series of attacks, because if you just say, oh, I want to finish that one arm bar because that's the one I know or like, but you don't know the two other paths that they're going to respond to defend it, then you're going to get a lot less finishes. And I think that's probably what's happening to you guys, is like you're attacking once and you're like, okay, in order for me to get here, I need to get more over here, and now they escape and you lose kind of everything. Like, damn, I can't finish that arm bar. It's okay, you weren't supposed to finish that arm bar. You're gonna put enough pressure on him so that he responds. Ooh, now I have something different. Ooh. It's a different thing. So if that's the arm bar we're looking at, then let's start with that one, where you just see what reaction your partner gives you. Threaten the arm, but don't give up position. So even if I'm like pressuring Paul, I don't want to like lose control of the position in a way that I lose everything. Like I want to make sure that I'm staying heavy on top. Yeah, look, he starts diving underneath me. See what happens? Look, he took this hand that I had here and he made a battle. He started pummeling it inside. I know that he wants to go this way. As soon as I feel that, what do? I lift his head off the mat so he can't dive underneath me. Right? Can't. Then I sink my hips. Now he feels the weight distribution change. And now I start attacking something different. Ooh. Perfect. Right, so think about it like just with your partner. Start with this. You have this nice underhook and you want the attack. The easiest ones are going to be Americana. Ooh. Right? Slicers, switching, Kimuras, the power Kimura we did last week, the one-handed Kimura. You can step over the head, Kimura, right? You can straight armbar here. All those are from that one position. Right? But you have to, like, the reason you don't get the finish, maybe you're not good at all 5 of them. You're good at 1 of them. And then the guy defending is really good at defending. You okay? But the guy is good at defending 1, but he's giving you something else and you're just missing the next step. Comes with experience, man. Totally normal. So with your partner, just go through, make sure white belts have a blue belt to work with, you all do, or purple, and go through the motions and learn, just in this one position, learn how to create a dilemma, or a trilemma, or a quadrilemma, or quintuple, create a problem. All right, let's go.